Okay, we have Boise State on the docket this week, the number 22 team in the nation. Compared to the rest of the teams on our schedule, they're easily our toughest opponent this season. Not to say these other teams will be a cakewalk. I'm sure a few of these teams will be sneaky tough. But Boise State outright has the best offensive and defensive rating of any other team on our schedule. Before we get into the game and such, let's check out the league rankings and see how the top 25 has changed. Top 5 is mostly the same. Michigan has dropped to 6th after they lose in week 1. LSU drops from 8 to 19 after losing to Tulane, who is now number 21. And here's Boise State at 22. They put the beat down on Akron in week 1. Hopefully we fare a little better. Kentucky also drops from 10 to 25 after losing to Kansas State. Let's see where we're at. I'm thinking we moved up a little bit, but probably not by much. Yep, there we are at 109. We moved up 6 spots. I'm hoping to be at 75 or higher by the end of the season. With how weak our schedule is and where we were at the start of the season, I think it's a pretty realistic goal. Taking a look at our recruiting, not much has changed really. We're still in the lead with most of our targets. I scheduled Skylar Andrews for a visit against Colorado State, Alexander Tellez also for Colorado State, and Devin Levy for Washington State. We have a whopping lead for Peter Hinojos and Isaac Paz, who are our top safety prospects. Setting up our game plan focus. On offense, we're obviously going to focus on the pass. Looking at the breakdown of Boise's defense, they're pretty well-rounded, only lacking in zone coverage. Offense is the same story, except their quarterback and running back play are pretty weak. Oh wait, Boise State's starting quarterback is injured with a major leg injury. And so is their running back too. This might be a lucky break for us. Although their backup QB isn't that bad. Looks like he has a good arm, but isn't the smartest player. Oh, and looks like their backup running back is the one who's injured, so they still have their starter out there. They also have the second most rushing yards per game of any team. So we're going to focus on the quick passing this week and stopping their rushing attack. Depth chart and game plan, there's nothing really to change here, so let's just hop into the game. Alright, so Boise State is favored by 10.5 points. I'm surprised it's not higher, to be honest. But we're going to try to beat that spread. Okay, looks like Boise State's won the toss and they've elected to get the ball first. So we'll get the ball to start the second half. First play, Boise's loaded up to the right. I like the suggested play. And we get a sack on the first play. Our linebacker Isaac Berry gets to the quarterback. Already we got some good momentum. They recover though and get a nice drive going, using a mix of runs and passes. First and goal for them, they're lined up in the I. And we send the blitz, and Isaac Berry gets his second sack of this drive. That sack holds him to a field goal, so now we get the ball for the first time. First play gets a 7, but back-to-back incompletions leads to a quick 3-and-out on our first possession. But that's okay, because we return the favor and give Boise State a quick 3-and-out. But then we can't convert a simple run on 3rd and 1 inside our own 20, so we go 3-and-out on back-to-back possessions. Our lack of run game is showing its ugly head early in this game. Next possession for Boise State, Nicholas Larkin gets a monster sack to make it 3rd and long. Now that's his 3rd sack in 2 games. Boise can't convert, so we get the ball back. We have to get our offense going this drive. Daniel Finch completes a short pass for 9 yards to get our first down of the game. I call for a home run play and my tight end lets me down. He drops the ball. I won't have him doing burpees all next practice because we get the first down the very next play. Going into the second quarter, we're down 3-0. A run for a loss puts us in dire straits and we need a deep pass to get a first down, only to be sacked for a loss of 7. Frank Courtney, our best lineman, allows a sack which puts us out of field goal range, so we have to punt. 3rd and 10 now for Boise State. We've been getting to the quarterback early in this game, so I decided to send the blitz, and we give up a huge touchdown, 62 yards. We have to put some points up on this next possession. We string together a nice drive, and I decided to call a big play on 2nd and 2 just to get sacked again. We managed to convert on 3rd and 9 to keep the drive alive though. 2nd and 6. I call for a short pass, and we score a 36-yard touchdown. Our first points of the game off a huge play. They send the blitz, and Skylar Jones breaks free for the score. It's 10-7 now. I'm feeling better until we give up a huge gain on the first play of the next possession. That's seeming to be the trend when we send a blitz. They're on the 1 now, and we're cooked. They scored to go up 17-7. We go 3-and-out and give Boise the ball right back. This could be their chance to really break away if they score here. But their possession is short-lived and they punt, which Skylar Jones returns 90 yards for a touchdown. Oh my God. He was on the 10, man. He really should have just let it bounce in the end zone for a touchback. But he is single-handedly keeping us in this game. So I really can't complain too much. 17-14 now. Boise has the ball with under 3 minutes in the first half. We make them go 3 and out. It'd be awesome if we can score here because we get the ball first in the second half. We get a couple first downs, but unfortunately we have to punt. But we pin them inside their own 5. This close to their own end zone, I send the pressure. Isaac Berry gets his 3rd sack of the half. Second half now, we go 3 and out after failing to convert a short run. Ulysses Marsh now has -7 rush yards on the game. It's not too big of a loss because Boise State muffs the punt and we recover. We have the ball on the 30 now. If we don't score here, I might as well turn in my letter of resignation. I call play action and Skylar freaking Jones again. Get this man a new NIL deal. He is a beast. It's now 21-17. We have our first lead of the game. Boise goes 3 and out, so we get the ball back again. Can we continue this momentum? The answer is no, because we go 3 and out too, and then we give up a huge play. I think I'm going to have to wean off these blitzes. We're giving up too many big plays. Boise eventually scores to retake the lead, and I think Skylar Jones is letting these big plays go to his head because he takes the kickoff out of the end zone and only makes it to our 12. He should have just taken the touchback. Now he's put us behind the 8 ball. We go 3 and out, which means Boise is going to have great field position for the next drive. Thank you, Skylar. We managed to sack Boise again on 2nd and 1 to make it 3rd and 7 for Boise. Braden Chavez with the play. That's now our 5th sack of the game. But Boise converts on a huge 3rd down run. They get down to the red zone, but we manage to get a stop. They have to kick a field goal, which they miss from 28 yards out. So we get the ball back, and it's almost a 4th quarter, so I'm thinking we gotta score on this possession. We crack off a huge 40-yard completion thanks to Julius Riddle. We're in the red zone now, where we're held to just a field goal, so we tie the game up at 24. 4th quarter now, Boise State has the ball. They get a nice drive going, but we lock them up when they get to the red zone. This time, though, they make the field goal to go up 3. And I guess Skylar Jones didn't learn from his mistakes because he takes the kickoff out of the end zone again and gets to the 12. His hero ball antics screw us again because we go 3 and out. And Boise has great field position once again. They unleash a 25-yard touchdown pass and they go up 10 with 5 minutes left in the game. I'm sweating now. It's do or die time, and if we don't score here, it's likely game over. Daniel Finch is going to have to put the team on his back, but a sack on 2nd down makes it 3rd and long. This could be it, but Finch makes an incredible throw to pick up 29 yards, only to follow it with 3 straight incompletions. I decide to punt. It's probably game over. But wait! Boise fumbles the ball on 3rd down, and we recover in the red zone. Graham Matthews comes up clutch with that 101 tackle rating. We keep getting these lucky breaks, and I couldn't be happier. Almost 2 minutes left in the game. We have to score now. Finch links up with Cole Hare for a 9-yard score. We're down 3. We need an onside kick, and I can't believe it. We actually get it. We have an actual shot to win this game or tie it up. Just under 2 minutes. Let's win this thing. For some reason, I'm a dumbass, and I call a run, and we lose 2 yards. It's 2nd and 12 now, and I don't know if we're in field goal range. We get to 3rd and 3, but we can't convert. It's all up to our kicker now, 42 yards, and he doesn't have the best leg. Here goes nothing, and we get it. It's all tied up now. We're going to overtime. Boise wins the toss, and they elect to start on defense. We get the ball first. Not the spot I want to be in, but it is what it is. We score on our first possession, so we could end it right here, but Boise returns the favor. They pretty much immediately score in 2nd OT, so now it's our turn. We make a huge conversion on 4th and 3 to score and send it to a 3rd overtime. We score again off a 3rd and long touchdown pass. Now we have to go for 2. I'm not leaving this in the hands of my running backs, so I'm throwing this, and Daniel Finch comes through. Our defense gives up a huge 2nd and 12 play, and it's looking like Boise will score here, which they do. But what's this? They just failed a 2-point conversion. We just won the game. We just won the game off a failed 2-point conversion. What are the odds? We get another lucky break to beat number 22 Boise State, and that's our 2nd win, which means we've already achieved our season expectations set by our athletic director. This is incredible. Look at the stat breakdown. Boise had 549 total yards to our 421, 371 passing yards to our 346, and 178 rushing yards to our 75. They really should have won this game. Just look at this probability chart. It's all over the place. Daniel Finch had 5 passing touchdowns, and our leading rusher only had 26 yards. But yeah, looking at our impact plays, we got so many lucky breaks, and that's really why we won this game. Going forward, we can't rely on other teams messing up to give us wins. We're going to have to play better. Skylar Jones, man, he had an incredible game. So did linebacker Isaac Berry. So that game was a certified classic, which basically means it was just an entertaining game. And the game keeps track of these classics and ranks them. Also, it looks like we have an injured player on our D line. His overall before the injury isn't that high, so he probably wasn't a starter. So we're just going to pull him down on the depth chart and let him get some rest. Let's see, did our game make national news? Nope, appears not. National rankings, not much has changed at the top. Clemson and Tennessee each jump up 4 spots. Baylor, LSU, TCU, and Kentucky make some big moves forward. Florida and Texas drop big. And Indiana, UCLA, and Utah jump into the top 25. Where did Boise State fall to? Oh, they go from 22 to 49. That's 27 spots. Let's see if we moved up at all. Yeah, we jumped 21 spots up to 88. We have the second highest scoring offense right now after 2 games. Daniel Finch is now top 3 in passing yards and touchdowns. With how much we're going to have to pass this year, I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed in the top 10. Julius Riddle and Skylar Jones are top 10 in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns, respectively. And Isaac Berry is top 10 in sacks. Finch is currently 3rd in Heisman voting after that monster game he just had, which should mean he's in first place in our Conference Player of the Year. So with Fresno State up next, let's check back in with recruiting. UTEP is applying pressure in our battle for Carlos Connor and Landon O. They offer Connor a bigger NIL deal, so we'll increase ours. I'm bringing James Ali in for a visit against Sacramento State and Ivan Waters in for a visit against Colorado State. Lucas Chester will come see us against Colorado State as well as Corey Black. UTEP is now the leader in our battle for Alexander Tellez, so we're definitely going to up his NIL deal. I'm going to bring Jonah Hampton and Rogelio Hurley in for a visit against Kennesaw State. I'm offering Brody McGuire a little NIL since UTEP is gaining some momentum. I'm going to bring Curtis Jacobson in for a visit against Colorado State and Quentin Melton in for a visit against Kennesaw State. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Chance Middleton at cornerback, so I'm going to bring him in for a visit against Washington State. I'm offering Peter Honejos a little bit more NIL and bringing Isaac Paz in for a visit against Colorado State. That wraps up recruiting. For our practice focus this week, Fresno State has a really good pass defense and a pretty bad run defense. Despite that, I'm still not confident in our running attack. So we'll focus on the quick passing and offense, and since Fresno State has a decent run game, we'll focus on stopping the run of defense. Game plan, we'll keep the same. So these are the recruits that are visiting us this week. 2 of them we've given offers to. A win here is going to give us a significant boost in our recruiting battles. Now, I can't promise this game is going to be as entertaining as the last, but you'll see that Fresno State won't go down without a fight. We get the ball first and get a decent return to start the game. We start off with a run to get 6 yards, so maybe the run game will actually help us out this time. After a couple first downs, our drive ends with a punt. We exchange a few quick possessions that go nowhere, and we get the ball back for our 3rd drive of the game. We build a nice drive, but get stopped at the 32. I'm hesitant to try the field goal, being that it's from 49 yards out, and we only have a 45% chance to make it. Our kicker sinks it, so we go up 3-0. Fresno State with the ball, they convert a huge 3rd down right at the end of the first quarter for a big gain. That ended up being a harbinger of what's to come as they score on a 9-yard run later in this drive. It's now 7-3. We didn't go 3 and out and give Fresno State the ball right back. I guess I didn't learn anything from our last game about blitzes giving up big plays, because I send the blitz on 3rd down and Fresno State turns it into a nearly 30-yard play. I need to start being more strategic about blitzes because I send another one with Fresno 7 yards out and they score with a touchdown pass. It's now 14-3. We respond with a solid drive and cap it off with a 10-yard touchdown run from Luke Roberts. Our run game can show glimpses, but they don't come often enough. Under 2 minutes now in the first half, and Fresno gets a good kick return. A couple of runs go nowhere, and they're looking at 3rd and long. Against Boise State, we had several sacks in the first half. And we don't get our first one in this game until now, but we make it count. Nicholas Larkin gets a strip sack, and we recover the ball on the 20 with about a minute to go. We have a great chance to gain the lead before the half. We go 3 and out though. but we get the field goal to make it 14-13. Second half now, and Fresno State has the ball. They string a nice drive together, but a sack from Johan Riddick halts their momentum. We hold them to a field goal attempt, which they miss, so we get the ball back on our own 23. But we can't get anything going on that drive, and we have to punt it away. We get another sack thanks to Hayden Webb, but it's not enough to stop them from scoring. It's now 21-13. The third quarter is already almost over. We have to get something going this drive to close the gap. But we just go 3 and out. Our offense is stalling. This is where having a decent run game would help us, but our offense is just too one-dimensional right now. I think I'm just going to have to learn to trust my running backs. It's the fourth quarter now, and we get a stop before Fresno can cross the center field. We get the ball back inside our 15. 2nd and 2, I decided to let it fly, and we gain 13 yards. I might be crazy or dumb or both, but I let it fly again, and we get 32 yards this time. So we've nearly flipped the field in just a few plays. We can't manage to score a touchdown on this drive, but we get a field goal to put it within reach. Fresno opens their drive with a 15-yard completion just to get it picked off a few plays later. Graham Matthews makes a big play right when we need it. We get the ball in the 50, but are faced with a 3rd and 11. I call for a big play that pays off. Daniel Finch connects with Cole Hare for a 41-yard touchdown pass. The CPU called for a 2-point conversion, and I don't know why I listened because we don't get it. I hate going for 2. It just stresses me out. I'd much rather just kick the extra point as nearly guaranteed points. But now it's 22-21. Fresno State's ensuing drive. We have a couple chances to get a stop on 3rd down, but they are converting with their run game. It's getting to the end of the game, and Fresno State is dangerously close to scoring. We go man coverage in the red zone, and Fresno responds to play action, finding their man on the comeback route in the end zone. They score and convert the 2-point to make it 29-22. We get the ball back with a minute 18 left in the game. It's now or never. But I guess it's never because we go 4 and out with a drop pass and 4th down. And that about wraps it up. Fresno State hands us our first loss of the season. We just couldn't get it done on 3rd down. Just look at the difference. If anything reiterates our need for a better running attack, it's this game. Fresno State had 205 rushing yards to our 81. Their leading rusher had more rushing yards than our entire offense combined. If this is how it's going to be, then it's going to be a long season. Well, at least Daniel Finch is still in the running for Heisman, even though that last game wasn't the greatest. He's going to have a great season purely out of necessity. We didn't fall at all in the rankings, thankfully. I guess a loss to Fresno State isn't that damaging. Now that we've reached the 3rd week, we can see who is thinking about leaving early or transferring out. I don't think we'll have many guys leave for the draft early, since all of our best players are seniors. But Demarion Dabney, our 2nd-string quarterback, he's thinking about transferring out. I'm really not too worried about this because with Finch being a senior, Dabney should be our successor. I know we're recruiting a quarterback, but Skylar Andrews probably won't be better than Dabney next year. We're kind of just getting him for depth, to be honest. So it should be easy to convince Dabney to stay for next year. Alright, that about wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and consider subscribing. We got more of this series on the way. Give me a follow on Twitter for more updates about videos, and follow me over on Twitch where I'm streaming a couple nights a week. And with that being said, y'all take it easy, dudes. I'll catch you next time.